Alrighty, we are back. I'm invisible. Let's do this. Aha! First thing, a rat. Rat dead.
What is it that makes them glow again?
Oh, my helmet that detects life.
That's cool.
Shoot the skeleton in its eye socket. And I ski.
Now you run away?
Yes. Invisible me! Ah, you missed. Okay, you didn't miss that time. There you go. Down for the count. Dwarven battle axe. See, even unlocked stuff has better loot. Look at this.
No.
What is with this?
That's messed up.
I don't know why. It just happens. And it sucks.
What are you trying to do?
She's trying to play with the other cat, but she's retarded at playing. I'm just gonna say it right now.
She tapped her paw against Suki's nose. I got you.
Boop!
She whooped her. You don't like getting booped, do you, Suki?
No,
When
she
you
doesn't.
hit your crabby old lady.
Yeah, that's why she punched me in the nose. Seriously, a cat can swing.
It hurt.
Yeah, it did. It was like, that kind of hurt.
No, get her again. Get her again.
What the heck is that? What is that glowy pink thing there? That doesn't look like a rat.
It doesn't look like anything.
Oh, it's a ghost. Don't see me. Don't see me. That's right. Scoot away. Ha-ha! Just far enough away where he can't see me, and Bob's your uncle. Ooh, that's a good sarcophagus. Iron bow, really? Only an iron bow. Oh, what's gonna be in the locked average lockpick chest this time around? 2 gold? Maybe 3? Ectoplasm and 22 gold. Yeah, that's some good money. Although there's a fancy chest over there. I know that has some good stuff. Okay, hold still, zombie. Hold still, zombie. Hold still, zombie. Don't you come any closer. I'm gonna porcupine you. Just stay in the door. Stay in the doorway. The cat demands food.
No.
The zombie demands flesh. Everyone wants food. Yeah, porcupine time. Wow, I hit him in the arm a lot. Yeah, marksman increased. Weak potion of healing. Shadow banish wine.
die now too.
Oh, the plant?
Yeah, it's starting to keel over.
Yeah. In an open coffin, I found 271 gold.
Jeez.
In an average locked chest, I only found 22 gold! What? The poop. Also, let's look at this zombie. Wow. Ha! Look at that. That is some excellent grouping. I'm a marksman. Let me take those arrows back. Got the porcupine achievement. Alright, oh. Okay, so those things over there, those are actual ghosts.
Okay.
They're haunting the area.
Haunting the area?
Haunting. Ooh, it's a wraith. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I hate the wraiths.
And you running away?
Yes, because they're ow! They're assholes.
I'm gonna just fall into a trap instead.
Exactly. That is how I roll. Now I'm gonna go as far away as possible. Now stay right there. Don't move. Don't come any closer. It's okay. We're fine. We're professionals. We got this.
You're professional.
Shh. You're okay. He's not moving. He's not moving. We're fine. We're dandy. We're good. Why does he have two lights on him? One for his wrist and one for his body.
I don't know. There's gotta be something hiding behind him.
No, that was just one.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah. Elven short sword. That's what he was carrying. That's the reason why I don't like the wraiths. Good treasure chest, come on. Oh, it's hard. It has a hard lock on it.
No, no.
That means only 2 gold.
Probably.
Actually, it's one of the better chests. It'll actually have something good in it this time around. If not, I'm gonna be swearing. There we go. Mage Fighter Greaves. Spell absorption 14 points.
The warp in the west?
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
I don't know, we'll read it, but I got a Chameleon Scroll. Warp in the West. Common soul gems with petty souls in them. A grand.
148 gold.
Yeah, see these treasure chests right here? These are my friends. These treasure chests now that you can see because I used a spell, those are my friends. Oh shoot, there's something there. Okay, the warp in the west. Let's read. Warp in the west. Ooh, block skill increased. A warp in the west. A report compiled by Ulvius Tarot, Blades Archivist. I'm going to need a drink. I will be...
Archivist, not archivist.
Archivist! I love that better.
Yoy.
These secrets are for your eyes only. Anyone else, they can see it too because it's also for their eyes only. It doesn't specify anyone.
I know.
Let me offer my congratulations to your lordship for your recent appointment as ambassador to the court of Wayrest. Your lordship asked me for a review of existing blade accounts from 3E417 concerning the warp in the west, and for a summary of the current states of affairs there. Since your lordship was in Blackmarsh serving in the staff of Admiral Sorceress at the time, you probably know of these events only from imperial proclamations and chapel declarations, which identifies this period as the Miracle of Peace. During the Miracle of Peace, according to the official accounts, the formerly war-racked Iliac Bay region was transformed overnight from a patchwork of squabbling duchies and petty kingdoms into the modern counties of Hammerfell, Citadel, Wayrest, and Orsinium. I know it's duchesses, but I prefer duchesses.
Oh,
because you know they're going to be duches. The Miracle of Peace, also known as the Warp in the West, is celebrated as the product of the miraculous intervention of Stendar, Mara, and Akatosh to transform this troublesome region into peaceful, well-governed imperial counties. The catastrophic destruction of landscape and property and a large loss of life Attending upon this miracle is understood to have been tragic and beyond mortal comprehension. I believe this is taking place in the second game because you had to go into the Illic Bay and use that golem that someone was trying to use.
Oh, okay.
I think that was a storyline and plot for that one. Moving on, in as much of this account confirms and validates the current borders of these counties and identifies the rulers and boundaries of these counties as ordained by the Nine, the miracle of peace serves imperial objectives of peaceful consolidation of ancient petty states and sovereigns in manageable imperial jurisdictions. The other remarkable features of these events, mass disappearances, armies mysteriously transported hundreds of miles or completely annihilated, titanic storms and celestial phenomena, apparent local discontinuities of time fit comfortably into the notion that these events are part of a vast, mysterious divine intervention. However, this is only the public account of these events, and as you may suspect, it conflicts with many other accounts. In short, while the explanation suits imperial policy, it has little historical validity. Our lordship should know that the Blades have concluded there is no plausible historical accounts of these events, and despairs that a plausible historical account shall ever be produced. The Blades have concluded that a miracle occurred insofar as the events are inexplicable, but the Blades strongly doubt the miracle was of divine origin. There is a good reason to believe that the ruling families of the four modern Illic Bay counties had forewarning of the event. There is also some evidence that some of these ruling families may have been directly or indirectly responsible for the event. We do not know the exact sequence of actions that produced the event, although we are confident that the totem artifact was involved. The golem in the second game. And that a Blade agent was involved in employing that artifact. We unfortunately lost contact with that agent immediately after the event. His report might have gone some way to resolving the contradictory and paradoxical accounts of the event. The Blades on file view reports from agents dating from the warp in the west. Period. Most of our agents were lost in the initial dislocation, and others were lost in the confusion after the event. I preset a few of these reports to give you a general sense of their limitations, including the report of your diplomatic predecessor, Lord Strail. You will have had access to other private and rumored accounts of the period. I believe you will agree that these documents raise more questions than they answer. The report of Hammerfell agent Briarbird. I was an assignment in the Elikir Desert, a few miles south of Bargama. On the 9th of Frostfall, I was encamped as it was still early morning, when I felt the ground shake so violently I was thrown to the ground. Dazed, I was aware of a great roar of a sandstorm which alarmed me, as I had been on a high dune and had seen nothing like that on the horizon. It was on me before I was even on my knees, burying me and my camp. When I crawled my way out of the sand, I realized that I must make haste and get to Bergama as soon as possible, as all my food and water had been swept away. The sun was just rising as I began. Like I said, when I reached Bergama, it was nightfall. The town was in chaos, filled with the soldiers of Sentinel. The lord of Bergama's fortress was in ruins. One moment. There had been an attack, but no one had seen it. Only the invasion that followed it. The soldiers of Queen Akorathi of Sentinel refused to be interviewed about how they had accomplished this sneak attack. But I came to learn that the whole of northern Hammerfell now belonged to them. Even stranger, I discovered that my walk from sunrise to sundown had not taken me not one day, but two. It was now the 11th day of the month, not the 10th. I had lost a day somewhere, and so apparently had everyone else, except Akoraxi's soldiers, who somehow were aware of the correct date. I since have concluded that they had received advance warning and so were better prepared to deal with the strange confusion of time and dates associated with the war. The report of High Rock Agent Grey Lady. I was at the time of the warp undercover as a witch in the Skeffington Coven of Ferragius in central High Rock. In order to give my report, I had volunteered for an expedition to gather supplies, which will allow me the freedom to reach my contact in Camlord. I was traveling northeast along the foothills of the Rothgarian Mountains on the 9th of Frostfire, when I felt a great heat behind me, like a fire. I turned, but I regret to say I cannot tell you what I saw. The healers tell me my eyes were burned out of my sockets.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez. I think I must have fallen into a state of semi-consciousness, for I distinctly remember falling as the ground seemed to give way beneath me. Then there was a series of explosions in the distance. To the south, and I heard high whistling noises that were getting louder, coming closer. I had my shield with me and fortunately anticipated that volleys of some sort were falling from the sky. Though I could not see them, I could hear them coming from a distance away and was able to use my shield to block them from striking me. The assault stopped suddenly, and I could smell smoke. I learned later that most of the forest of Ykalon and Phygius had caught fire in an inferno that started further south in Dania and the Elesan Hills. Unfortunately, I kept my bearings and moved north, finally reaching a temple in the wilderness where my wounds were healed as well as they could be. It was there I learned that there had been a three-way clash between Daggerfall, Wayrest, and Osinium, not far from where I had been, and that the land midway between their kingdoms had been decimated. Wow, this is getting stranger by the minute.
It is.
The report of the ambassador, Lord Nagon Strail. His Imperial Majesty had sent me on a delicate errand, the details which I cannot convey in this unsecure report, but my official capacity was to be the Emperor's ambassador to the court of Wayrest. From there I was met with an old friend, Lady Basinian, who was already in the vicinity foregoing an attempt at stealth. I was on an Imperial barge, sailing westward on the Julsay, the morning of the 9th of Frostfall. I remember it was a slightly chilly day, but the sky was very blue. We had just passed the delightful riverside village of Candlemas when the captain sounded the alarm. There in front of us was a colossal wall of water, at least 30 feet high. It smashed our barge to splinters before any of us had a chance to react. I woke up on the shore, having been rescued by one of my servants who had miraculously not lost consciousness. He and I and one other man were the only survivors. I thought at first that it was suspiciously similar to what happened to another agent of ours in High Rock, but a short time before, where a freak storm had shipwrecked him in the Illic Bay near Privateer's Hold. Furious and determined to see if similar forces were at work, I began a quick march to Wayrest. The march, however, was not so terribly quick. The villages all along the Julsay were on fire, and battles raged between the orcs of Orsinium and the soldiers of King Ewair in the formerly independent principality of Gavond. Just east of Wayrest, I am an accomplished mage and quite able to defend myself, but it took the better part of a week to make it to those few miles to Wayrest. Jeez, that's some strong battling.
Yeah, it is.
King Ewair and his queen Marinza were celebrating their great victories when I arrived. By then I had gathered the barest facts of the matter, and simultaneously there were 7 great battles in the Illic Bay, and no one could describe them at all, only their blood-soaked aftermath. To summarize, on the 9th of Frostfall, there had been 44 independent kingdoms, counties, baronesses, and dukedoms surrounding the Illic Bay. 44! If one includes the unconquered territories of the Rothgarian Mountains, the Dragon Tail Mountains, the High Rock Seacoast, and the Isle of Balfera, and the Illiker Desert on the 11th of Frostfall, there were but 4. Daggerfall, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Osinium, and all the points where they met lay in ruins, as the armies continued to do battle. I was determined to find the truth from the king, even I had to be a most undiplomatic diplomat to do it. Edward thought a General Jovial Sword had blustered, saying he did not want to give out military secrets. The queen, ever calm with those unreadable red eyes of hers, told me, "We do not know. I think it is safe to assume that Berenzia did not tell me everything but the facts of her story, which I later verified after pointed interviews in Daggerfall, Sentinel, and Osinium, was that they had learned that a certain powerful ancient weapon was going to be activated, the Golem in Illic Bay.
Oh. Good memory.
Yeah, that's in the second game. I shan't give the name of it here, out of fear that it would be used against Wayrest. The king had attempted to buy it from the young adventurer who had discovered its whereabouts. I'm guessing the young adventurer was possibly you, the character.
No.
Edward believed, as it turned out quite rightly, that other powers in the Bay had also attempted to win ownership of this device. What happened then, as Berenzia said, we do not know. The morning of the 9th and the morning of the 11th somehow merged through some sort of warp in the west, and Wayrest found themselves at war. Their land had expanded threefold, but they were under attack by Daggerfall to the west, Osinium to the east, and Sentinel to the south. There had been no time to understand what had happened, the king said. They had simply reacted, sending their armies to defend their lands against these enemies, whose kingdoms had also gained great territorial advantage. The battles continued on. Now, months later, as I returned to the Imperial City to make my report, what more do I have to say? They are bloody, violent clashes, as is always the case with modern warfare. But I have been to the blackened, desolate no-man's land between the four remaining kingdoms. No mortal army caused that devastation. I can say that the force that shook the Illic Bay on the 10th of Frostfall 3E417 was infinitesimally greater, thank you, than the power these mighty kingdoms are wielding today. That is a mighty word. That is a mighty word.
It is.
I can say there were other strange events on that day which kept the kingdoms from breaking free of the Empire and accomplished likely more besides. And I can say there is nothing left of it. This power, this weapon in the Bay, the warp that it created, swallowed it up. Yep. That's part of the second game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good memory.
Current political affairs in the Illic Bay. Almost 20 years have passed, and the region, though transformed, has stabilized. There are no more disputed territories, and the kingdoms of Daggerfall, Wayrest, Sentinel, and Osinium hold their new borders in relative peace. Wayrest spreads across the eastern coast of the bay, stretching from the land formerly called Anticlere to half of the Gavaudan. Edwire has passed on to his ancestors, leaving his kingdom in the hands of his daughter, Elisana, who has 2 children by her royal consort and seems likely to hold her father's land. Your lordship may also choose to communicate directly with King Helseth and Queen Berenzia in Mournhold. Their primary preoccupations are, of course, with Morrowind's affairs, but they may still have useful observations upon Wayrest ruling families and political environments that may aid you in your understanding of the court of Queen Lysana. King Gortwog of Osinium controls much of the Rothgarian Mountains as well as the profitable river coast of the Julesay. He persists in his demand that Osinium be recognized as an imperial province separate from High Rock. The Elder Council treats Gortwalk as a recognized king and collects taxes directly from Osinium, or Orsinium. But officially, Orsinium remains a county of High Rock, though technically it spans both the provinces of High Rock and Hammerfell. Sentinel has gained the most land, sprawling across the entire southern Illic Bay from Abibon Gora, beyond the Dragontail Mountains, to the edge of Mornoth and Osinium's territories. Queen Akorithi, at her death, left her enormous kingdom to her only surviving son, Ultan, who is now surely one of the most powerful kings in Tamriel. Daggerfall is still ruled by the Breton king Gothrid and the Redguard queen Akubi. Their land now encompasses all of western High Rock, from border they share with Wayrest of Anticlere to the east and Yakalan to the north. They have 4 children now and are much beloved in their realm. And there are other repercussions of the mysteries warped in the west. They have not yet come to our attention in the course of 20 years of observation. Jeez.
That's good.
Yeah. All this happened because someone wanted to erupt the magical power in the Illic Bay.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. And use it for their own advantage.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Power, man. Power. Alright, that was a good read.
It was. I liked it.
Yeah. Oh, hold on one second. Get over Over here. Oh. I thought that was a strong skeleton. Whoops. Guess not. Steel mace. Steel shield. Crumpled corpse. No loot. Wow, I'm already done? This was a tiny one. This was a tiny, tiny fort. It seemed more like a burial crypt than an actual fort. Because, I mean, you had that coffin right there.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just like, done. Huh. It was more like a burial fort. Well, already investigated that. Okay, I'm done over here. A very interesting book, too.
It was.
I'm gonna go check out another fort. Dirich? No more Fort One Hand. Cold Corn.
I haven't heard of that one.
Well, I remember, I think I haven't traveled to that one. So, yeah. To Cold Corn! Oh yeah, I killed a troll here. I don't think I actually investigated it.
I don't remember you investigating it.
I have not. Next up, Fort Cold Corn. But yeah, that was Fort Dirich. That was pretty cool. And also, that was a really good read. But yeah, I'm going to stop it right here. So thanks for anyone watching. Have a good one.